So then, if you awaken from this illusion and you understand that black implies white, self implies other, life implies death, or shall I say, death implies life, you can feel yourself not as a stranger in the world, not as something here on probation, not as something that has arrived here by fluke, but you can begin to feel your own existence as absolutely fundamental. What you are basically, deep, deep down, far, far in, is simply the fabric and structure of existence itself. Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. And that you could, for example, have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time, or any length of time you wanted to have. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes. You would have every kind of pleasure you could conceive. And after several nights of 75 years of total pleasure each, you would say, well, that was pretty great. But now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which isn't under control. Well, something is going to happen to me that I don't know what it's going to be. And you would dig that and come out of that and say, wow, that was a close shave, wasn't it? Then you would get more and more adventurous, and you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream where you are now. You would dream the dream of living the life that you are actually living today. That would be within the infinite multiplicity of choices you would have, of playing that you weren't God. Because the whole nature of the Godhead, according to this idea, is to play that he's not. So in this idea then, everybody is fundamentally the ultimate reality, not God in a politically kingly sense, but God in the sense of being the self, the deep down basic whatever there is. And you're all that, only you're pretending you're not.
Hello to you all. You are watching RHTVLive, and we are streaming live from the beautiful city of Maastricht, which is in the south of the Netherlands. And of course, we're going to show it on the map. And instead of politics, we're going to look at the human capacity, right, to overcome great obstacles. So, yeah, we're treading a different path here. Normally we talk about politics and geopolitics and, you know, the Middle East and all those wars. Well, people don't really have an understanding of all these wars, even though you do explain it, you know. So we're going to show what's happening in the U.S., right? We have a certain place called Asheville in North Carolina, who's been hit by a big mudslide, and many houses are gone, lives are lost, and you know, you have a community coming together and helping each other out. Why does this always happen with a disaster? I don't know, but the community is coming together. That is the big thing. Small communities coming together to help each other out. Now, this area is a mountainous area, lots of hills and such, and forests, and hard to get to terrain. So first we're going to take a look at the damage that's been done, and yeah, this is all for the people in North Carolina. Hello, Thea. And we're going to take a look at the damage that's been done, right? And the people that will overcome this damage. This, it's really, really sad to see what's happening here. So we have a big mudslide, right? We got like mud and a river of mud coming down a hill, and it's all on video. So let's take a look at this here.
The creek behind us just rose higher than it's ever come up before. It was rushing water.
Houses above us were taking off the foundations. I've been here for over 50 years, but this was quite devastating.
Our neighbors have a 10-day-old newborn. We were able to hold them up over our heads and passed all the children down, got them into the vehicles so we could evacuate. As we were driving out, we saw trees coming down, just praying that we could go through with our vehicles and get up to safety.
When this hurricane hit, Samaritan's Purse already began posturing equipment, and we were getting ready, but we weren't quite sure it was going to hit here in Boone, North Carolina, our hometown. This is personal to Samaritan's Purse because we have lost so much here. As I look around, we've got a lot of loss. We got a lot of destruction. People that have lost everything. The most important thing we do is to love our neighbor in the name of Jesus Christ and to bring hope where they may not have any hope.
When I saw those orange shirts come onto the property, I really hadn't cried until I saw them step off that truck. The love and the compassion, the care and the concern with everything they did was just amazing. I've never experienced God's love like that.
You never think that a disaster is going to happen in your area, and to be able to have them accept help from friends and coworkers in a crisis like this has just been one of the most amazing blessings. Just to be able to serve one another and love each other through that service.
It's really hard to put into words even what it means to have a family of Samaritan's Purse rally around us right now. I express the deepest thank you from the bottom of our hearts that you guys showed up in the middle of one of the hardest things we've ever gone through, and that you love us so well with the love of Jesus. That's what you brought, and we're not even crying because of what we lost, but as my mother-in-law says, we're crying because love showed up.
Y'all are literally God's love that showed up on our property. So I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Like never before, Samaritan's Purse has shown the face, the hands, and the feet of Jesus. And you can't put a price on that. There's no way to say thank you enough. It was truly amazing.
Now, these people are very religious, right? The hands and the feet of Jesus and all that. I don't really believe in all that. But it's beautiful to see that, volunteers are helping out people and trying to make the best of it, right? People have lost their homes, and it's a very, very sad thing to see, that your house is washed away. It's amazing, really is amazing. And during these times, you also have people rescuing each other. Let's see if we can find that. Man rescues. Oh, damn it. This is what happens when you type blind. Man rescues woman. Helene. Here we have caught on cam. Wake County man rescues woman from Helene floodwaters. We also have this guy here from the news, and now first we're going to take a look at this here. We have a woman stuck in a house, and you have a major flood coming over and sweeping her house away. So we're going to take a look at this here.
Something just broke over there.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Who is that?
That's a house. Oh no. That's another house. Oh, fuck. It's gonna hit the house.
I believe
Oh, it hit the house.
Oh, there it goes!
Oh, good. Maybe you'll just stay right there. Oh, she's there. Oh, stay flat. Are you there? Where? Oh my God!
Wait, she's here? I hear the lights.
No, don't get sick. You're gonna run.
She's in the water right there.
All right, let's go. Oh God, and he's in there too.
It is very sad to see, but it's beautiful to see that, people help each other out, even though these people don't know each other, right? Don't get dizzy. Yeah, keeping around it.
Oh, we got it. Oh, we got it.
What was his name, the guy?
Where's the rope? Where is the rope? Who is? They have it.
Where is Phil?
You see over there, the guy rescuing the woman, that is beautiful to see. She had a slim chance of surviving. She would have been swept away. But no, here you have a guy jumping in the water, risking his own life to save someone else. It is beautiful to see. In these drastic times, when people come together, it's all about community.
What is her husband's name? Yell at her husband that we got her.
Is he? Where is he?
He should be over there. Yell at him that we got her.
Yeah, your house is gone. Your whole life has been swept away. But at least you're still here. I get choked up when I see this.
Dug up the van for that?
You were so lucky, man. You are so lucky. So we have these drastic things happening, but communities come together, and let's see what else we got here. Someone from Asheville who has a YouTube channel talking about coming together as a community, and it's a post-storm update. This is from 2 days ago. Living in Asheville, and it's beautiful to see that volunteers are coming together. I saw a comment on why do we pay taxes. You got me there. To wage wars, I guess, right? We don't want war, we want peace. That's what we want. We want peace, right? help each other out instead of a country far, far away. You know, let them sort it out. We want peace. That is what we want, right? So we have a community of volunteers, you know, people that live there, coming together to clean up their city. It's beautiful to see. So we're going to take a look at this here and comment on it when it's needed.
We are coming to you from Asheville, North Carolina, post-storm. This is a once-in-a-thousand-year event. There's been a lot of cleanup that's been underway, and there's a lot of things that are constantly changing now. So you're going to want to stay tuned for the latest information on what's happening here. There's a lot of areas that are affected, and a lot of areas that miraculously are not as affected, except for water. How did you fare? You have power, or?
I've had power the whole time.
Oh, nice. I don't have power or water or anything right now.
Whoa.
So we're waiting. So we're going to give you the lowdown on that. We're also going to talk to community members and leaders who are supplying the force in relief and supplies for our neighborhood, and show you exactly what's happening here on the ground. So stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this. We are living in Asheville. This is pretty heavy, and it's even kind of hard to talk about because there's a lot going on. We're currently in the River Arts District, where 12 Bones is, and the Marquee, and lots of stores down here. And it was pretty much wiped out. So what we're going to be looking at are people who are taking their things out of their studios, and they're letting them dry out in different areas. There's also a lot of workers that are here and trying to clear out pathways and clear out debris that is here. So here's what's been going on. Today we are on day 11 after the storm, and I have been without power and without water and without cell phone service and without Wi-Fi for these last 11 days, and it has definitely been trying, but not as trying as what people have been going through in this area. There's been a lot of people who have lost their homes. There's a lot of people who have lost their lives, especially people that lived near rivers, and it's been quite devastating. There are still people that are unaccounted for in Buncombe County and the surrounding areas. Now, what's interesting is that there's parts of Asheville that have been affected and parts of Asheville that have not been affected when considering homes and damage and things like that. And we're going to go through that today on our video, of course. We're not just going to show you all the devastation. We're going to show you the parts of town that are still habitable. Now, keep in mind, we don't have water yet. So this is a little wild. Some people have water, some people don't, but the majority of us don't have water, and we don't know when it's coming back either. So what has happened for us is that we got the alarms, we got the warnings, things like this, but we never expected a hurricane to hit our mountains. And from what they are saying, this is a once-in-a-thousand-year event. We just never could have guessed it. And we're still dealing with that at this moment. And we still don't know what's going to happen. But there's a lot of community support in the area, and there's a lot of really great things that are happening as well. Hey, y'all.
There's some coffee, and there's burritos, and there's we got eggs, meat, and beans in them. Right now.
Everybody's super sweet. There's a lot of dust out here, too. I want to thank.
This is beautiful to see. Well, not this building, but the communities coming together, you know, helping each other out. That is what it's all about. Right? It's not about politics, not right wing or left wing, to help each other out. You know, and there are elections coming up. Yeah, who are you going to vote for? The millionaire or the actress that plays vice president? Yeah, it's a hard choice, but I want to see the American worker, you know, getting up that ladder and becoming president, you know. But we won't see that. We need a leader, right? Yeah. And Trump, well, I'm not really pro-Trump, but I'd rather have Trump in the White House than Kamala, right? So, but it's beautiful to see that all these communities are coming together to help each other out. People who don't have water, electricity, and such. You know, this is from 2 days ago, so I hope the circumstances are better now.
Thank everybody for your outpouring of support, not just for everyone, but the Living in Asheville team. Thank goodness we are safe. We are making do. We are taking bucket showers. We're doing everything that we can to be okay for our family. We're supporting our elders. We are supporting our children, and we're supporting our neighborhoods. We really have been boots on the ground. Evelyn and her sons and husband are out there doing everything that they can to make sure that their community is helped and supplied with essentials, and so am I. In my neighborhood, we lost 21 homes that went down the river. We lost one man, and 2 other women went down the river too. It's been absolutely devastating, and we are doing everything we can to recuperate from this and make sure people are okay. We have a lot of elderly people in our neighborhood, and we're teaching them how to take care of themselves with no power and no water. It's been a full-time job, but rest assured we are safe, and we're working on it. Now I want to tell you where we are right now, because we're in the River Arts District, and this is a newer part of the development of Asheville, right at 12 Bones location. They've been there a couple years now, and this was a heavily hit area. Like I said, not all the areas are as heavily hit as this area, but it's been quite wild to see. I have not ventured down here until today, day 11, because quite frankly, it's not safe to be out on the roads, and we're getting in the way of people. And I do not want to get in the way of any kind of rescue efforts at all. So driving around and really making videos and things like that is important, but also we've really tried to be conscientious about what we're doing, what we're showing, and how much we are delaying any relief efforts. So the River Arts District is a place where artists and creative types have come to showcase their art, and this is devastating because it's already hard for artists to make a living in the area, because there's a lot of artists, and because it's art. It's just the way of artists, really. So this is an extra hard blow for them. Now, if you look around too, there's a lot of help that's happening. Like behind me, they're serving food and coffee and water, and you'll see this all over Asheville. We're going to show you a little bit of with this today. You know what, guys? Truthfully, it's hard to even talk about all this stuff. I'm doing my best, but it's gut-wrenching. And really, in between times when we are helping our neighbors and our communities and we're seeing the devastation, if we stop for a minute, we cry. That is the general consensus around here.
And everything that's wrong, leave it to the breeze. Why don't you be you and I'll be me?
We always knew we had a really strong community here in Asheville. We always knew that we lead with love, and we are love here. And I've talked about that many, many times on this channel. But really, everyone is boots on the ground here. Everyone is helping and volunteering every single day to get people out of their homes that have been stranded with trees fallen over their driveways or through their homes, or perhaps their home is washed down the river. No one is hanging out. We're at a warehouse in River Arts District, really.
River Arts District.
Where they have collected a lot of supplies for people that need it. So there's dog food, there's canned goods, there's paper towels, all kinds of stuff. So people are rallying, and there are these satellite locations all over Asheville and Western North Carolina right now that are...
That is beautiful to see. This comes from the purse, from the consumer. right? These are people in surrounding areas buying loads of stuff and going to these places, risking their own lives because, FEMA is not present. Well, they are there, but they're not really doing anything. So, I don't want to spread fake news or, but the volunteers are doing the most work, right? Coming together to save your community, not to burn it down, no, to save it, to preserve it, to make it even better than it was before, right? You need to go forward.
Filling up with supplies. And one thing that I want to make sure that you all understand is that all day, every day, we hear helicopters overhead. We hear generators going off. We hear constant noise right now because help is coming. Like FEMA is here. So if you see online that FEMA is not here, FEMA is here, definitely. There's stations set up all over the place. And other big companies are here, like Verizon and people like that who are helping us try to get some Wi-Fi. We've had no way to get information to us or out except for FM radio, thank goodness. Asheville's FM radio has been invaluable during this time. It's so cool. Wow, it's been, 11 days now? It's not easy.
Yeah.
How did you fare?
I'm great. I can't complain at all,
You have power, or?
I've had power almost the whole time.
Oh, nice.
People are doing a lot. And have you heard of Ferguson's?
Mm-mm.
They are filling up water. They're like farmers and like 30, 40 trucks with cubes going out to like PVA, Deaverview. Like they're just filling up their tanks from their spring.
Oh, that's so nice.
They have a lake, so they have non-potable water that's fed by a spring, and they can fill up a, 300-gallon tote in 5 minutes.
Wow, we need that so bad.
Really
There's tons of like small bottled water, but we really need a big flushing water and for washing dishes and things like that.
We need to stop the cases of bottled water.
Yeah, look behind you.
I know.
Like there's so many.
They're everywhere.
Look at all these boots too for the mud. That's amazing. This is Drew. Drew is helping to organize. Is there a name to this?
We Are Love.
We Are Love. Oh, I love that. That's super sweet. So tell us a little bit about what you've been doing the last.
So you can donate. We need to go back a bit.
Oh, I love that. That's super sweet.
Here you have the emails and such, Cash App, GoFundMe. So
tell us a little bit about what you've been doing the last 11 days, what your experience has been like, what your house is like, and what's going on here.
Well, thankfully, my house and my sister's house, my sister just lives right across the river. Both of our places are, minimal damage. There's definitely some mold treatment that will need to be done, but other than that, it's pretty minimal. So I've spent most of my time here trying to keep this organized, and, stuff comes in and goes out so fast that it's a little challenging to keep everything in place to where, people can see what they're trying to.
You, my friend, are a hero, right? You're helping out your community and, providing all sorts of equipment and life support, which people really need. You are a hero helping your community. If I were president of the United States, I would give you a medal, right, for helping out. And I know that these volunteers don't want a medal. They just want to help. But it's beautiful work to see. It's beautiful. These people don't have houses anymore, washed away, and their livelihoods are washed away. And, you, my friend, are a true patriot.
Take with them and just see what we have available and things like that.
What kind of people have been coming to get some supplies here? What stories have you heard?
Oh, just about anybody and everybody, from homeless people to people driving Mercedes, yeah, it's been everybody. There's so many without power still that people need things like heating and lights that don't run on electricity and stuff like that.
That's us. It's been a big struggle, especially with kids and elderly parents.
Exactly.
Because I'm running up and down the road trying to take care of my 80-year-old parents and my little kids, and it's a full-time job. And my neighborhood. I'm organizing everything for my neighborhood too.
What used to
with
be
help, lots of help.
Not such a big deal has turned into a full-time job for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they're out of work, so they have the time, but
Yeah.
it is a full-time job. Yeah, just trying to keep alive right now.
There's a lot of people that are still stranded, right?
Yeah, there's large communities, north of all of the major ones like Swannanoa, Black Mountain, Old Fort. As soon as you get up into the mountains, they're still stranded.
Yeah.
A lot of them haven't even seen outside people besides who they're up there with in 11 days.
And there's lots of people too in the community that have mules that are hiking into these areas with supplies, and helicopters as well.
Those are part of the Cajun Navy. Yeah, the guys with the mules. And yes, they've been going out to areas that are, completely cut off.
And then there's another operation called Operation Streamline, which they are getting large donations in the Foothills regional airport area, and doing helicopter drops to these people who are stranded up in the mountains.
Yeah.
So that's another great one, and we have some footage from them too. It's a wild ride.
It is.
How's your heart?
We're doing pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Just trying to keep busy,
I have days of up and down. Like some days I'm really motivated, I'm like ready to go and help and do everything I can, and some days I'm just kind of a puddle.
Yeah. So far it's been pretty motivated.
Well, thank you. Thanks for all you're doing.
Definitely. Thank you guys.
I know.
Behind the camera, not in front.
You can do it. Okay, so we're here with Alex right now. And Alex, where are you from?
I live in Fairview.
You live in Fairview?
Yeah.
How's Fairview faring?
Fairview is okay, and certain pockets expanded out and then down into obviously Lake Lure and Chimney Rock. Everybody's heard about. We're pretty compromised, but it's been everywhere really beautiful seeing the unionization of all of us as a community coming together, and it's like all of the conversations, like I'm hearing so many beautiful stories in those respects.
Can you share one?
Wow, there's so many.
We like beautiful stories. We need a little uplifting something.
Yeah, well, I'll just speak in a more general sense, as it's like everywhere you look, a neighbor is out there extending their hand to another, whether it's getting a tree out of a driveway or helping build rock up with heavy machinery that somebody had sitting in their yard, and multitudes of that. And even people,
that's what it's about, man. Helping each other out, communities helping each other out, right? Tree has fallen, well, just cut it away, and help each other out. That's what it's all about, man.
like turning away materials to say, give it to somebody else that needs it, we're good.
There's such an outpouring of like gifting right now, and volunteering and giving your muscle and your sweat, for your neighbors right now. People in most neighborhoods have charging stations set up. If you don't have power, people are out there outside talking to their neighbors. I mean, we are getting to know the people around us more than ever, and it's so beautiful because
talking to your neighbors, that doesn't happen here, I hardly know my neighbors, so the community spirit is gone in the Netherlands. But it's good to see that there are still communities out there in the U.S., that help each other out. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, or doesn't matter what skin color you are, right? You are a human being.
that's not going to leave us.
Exactly.
Once this leaves us in a little while, this is not going to leave us, the sense of community.
Yeah, I feel really grateful, and it's really beautiful also what my friends here and new friends are doing, and I'm stoked to just continue to see more of all of it.
And how is your house?
My house was unmarked. We were very, very fortunate. I actually live very up high too.
So you could have been affected by trees?
Could have been no different than many people who had a slide or a wash. We had some significant damage to the driveway, but totally passable. Very fortunate too there.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate it. We're at Firestorm Cafe Bookstore in West Asheville, right on Haywood Road right now, and it is a buzz of activity. There's a lot going on. People helping their neighbors. They have supplies here for anyone to take. There's another place across the road that's doing body work for probably first responders and people in need. This is a lot for people's bodies during this time. It's pretty traumatic. Even just holding all that stress is a lot. And here's non-potable water. Really, our biggest concern is flushing toilets and washing dishes right now. We have a lot of filtered water, which is awesome, but this is a great thing to have. We have a YouTube channel called Living in Asheville, and just kind of curious about what's happening with the toilet situation.
Yeah.
Could you tell us what you're doing?
Absolutely. So right now we're really just trying to get people thinking about what their best toilet strategy is when there isn't running water. For most people, we're recommending that they use non-potable water to flush their toilet. For every flush, that's the safest option. Right now, the Asheville Wastewater Treatment Facility is working, so that means it's safest, it's most sanitary for you to be flushing your toilet. Unfortunately, not everyone has access to that much non-potable water, or they don't have the ability to haul that water to their toilet. Either they live in an apartment building, they're really rural, really far away. In cases like that, we're trying to mitigate the spread of diseases like cholera, Hep A, Hep B, polio, typhoid, things like that. And one of the ways that we're doing that is giving dry toilets. So dry toilets are just for fecal matter, and they are really good options for people who don't have the ability to carry water. No water is involved in the process. They're not necessarily the best strategy, especially if water is working. But if water isn't working, then it's pretty much sawdust in a bucket with a contractor bag. We don't recommend trash bags. We've heard a lot of stories about people either just pooping outside, in parking lots, burying it in a shallow hole, putting it in the trash without any sawdust that would dessicate it. So we're really trying to prevent that from happening.
People don't know what to do right now, do they? But you're helping. Thank you so much. And do these cost money?
No. They're free. They're free. And we're also giving out buckets in case people need buckets for non-potable water to flush their toilets.
Can I take a bucket?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you need a lid?
It looks like they are sharing daily information from 12 to 4. So a lot of the things that we've needed because we have been offline for so long is information. So like I said, our FM radios have been incredible, but also the community and the neighbors have been amazing. So in our neighborhood, we have a meeting every day at 12 o'clock so we can share what our needs are and also share what other information that we've gathered about power, electricity, any kind of...
Well, the Netherlands is watching, Our hearts go out to the communities struck by this disaster, and it's amazing to see that the community is bouncing back after so many days without electricity, without running water, and facilities that are working, harkens back all the way to the 1800s, where the first mountaineers settled and made towns. They also had no running water and such.
Restoration, and look at all this. Who needs social media when we have we do need social media, but look at what's behind me. I mean, because these are all people who are having things to give or needing things or having any sort of message to get out. It's absolutely amazing what's happening. Look at all the supplies here. Look at all the cat food and dog food, hand sanitizer, baby wipes, protein, diapers. Asheville rallies. So one thing that's really affecting us is the closure of the schools, and we don't know when they're going to open because they can't open without water. So there's lots of talk about when that will be, but really we are all pretty much homeschooling our children right now until further notice. They're talking about maybe trying to drill wells or figure out something, but us as parents right now, we are looking at trying to form co-ops in our different communities. Here's Sunny Point Cafe, which is giving away food every single day, and tons of people are here. We wanted to show you Haywood Road and also West Asheville as well. So these homes here are just right off Haywood, really. I mean, this is quintessential West Asheville. There are some trees down around the neighborhood for sure, but most of these homes look to be doing okay. I believe West Asheville has power again, but they don't have water. So really the water went, what, Justin, 25 feet under the French Broad and broke the water.
I like that statue here. You know, that's the Grim Reaper. Or, yeah, Halloween is coming up, right? So, yeah, it's a beautiful neighborhood, as I can see.
Water lines, the main water supply. So they are getting the cavalry in from every area to help repair that right now. But I want to show you a little bit about the areas that are not as heavily affected, because it's like night and day. And it's really shocking to the system too, because you can go to the River Arts District near the river. We have one situation, and then you come to West Asheville or to North Asheville, depends on which area in North Asheville. There's these little pockets, so you really need to know where you're looking. In Fairview and Oakley, different places, like I have a lot of friends who have lost things, and I have a lot of friends who are just sitting there going, I feel so lucky right now. I am so grateful right now. So it's really a mixed bag. So if you have any questions about that, or about where to donate and where to get resources, if you're an Asheville local or if you're coming to the area, which we would like for you to just wait just a minute, we'll be glad to advise you on all of that. Reach out any of the ways down below, and we'll give you any advice about Asheville that you need. We have access.
So if you have questions, Beth@livinginasheville.com.
To all the resources right now and have up-to-date information too. So we'll be glad to assist you. So here we are on Haywood Road right now, coming into West Asheville, and I wanted to give you a glimpse of what this looks like right now on day 11. There's people out with tents, with supplies, and a lot of the businesses are not open yet. Some are. I even got ice cream the other day. A lot of the restaurants are giving out free food every single day. It's absolutely amazing. A lot of the grocery stores are open right now, like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, things like this. Pharmacies are starting to reopen. Anywhere where they're not really serving food is...
It may be the weather, but it's beautiful over there, man. Look at the blue sky and, sunny. Yeah. I like to live in Asheville. How much would it cost, huh? Yeah, life also has a price. What do you want to pay for it, right?
Coming back online with generators and power. So a lot of Asheville proper has power back already. Here's a little bit more of just what's going on. There's not a ton of people out. Some people have left town until the power and the water comes back on, but the people that have stayed are out volunteering right now. They're not roaming around West Asheville. We're trying to hit all the parts of Asheville today, but it's gonna be a lot. We are right outside of downtown right now on Bowcatcher, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump from downtown. And this street in this area had some trees down and whatnot, but most of the houses look like they're okay. Some people lost some retaining walls down there. But look, right behind me, you can see downtown Asheville. Now, we'll go down there in a minute on the ground so that you can see what's happening down there. There's a lot of businesses that are not open right now. Some are. There's a lot of people being fed downtown, which is awesome. But really, anywhere within the Asheville city limits is a hit or miss. when it comes to the amount of damage. But a lot of the places were really, really lucky. So let's go check out downtown for a little bit and see what's happening down there. We're taking a little drive around downtown right now to see what's happening on the streets. There's not as many people out right now. Some places are open though. I'm seeing like Mexican restaurants, 5 Walnuts open. It looks like places are trying to get back on their feet. Some places were boarded up for a little bit, but it looks like it is opening. We're going to show you around for a little bit and see what we can find on the streets of downtown. We're in the South Slope right now, and there is tons of food being given away and lots of people in line for it. This is the World Central Kitchen, and I have a really cool story about this. The other day I was in my driveway, and Jose Andres, I hope I'm saying it right, he came up to my driveway and he offered us some food for the neighborhood, and I was like, that's really nice, thank you so much. And he looked me straight in the eye and he's like, listen to me, anything you need, tell me and we'll get it for you. And I'm like, sir, thank you so much. I had no clue who he was. We went to our neighborhood meeting later. He showed up with chili and cornbread for everybody, fed everybody, and they've been back every day since to give us food for our 12 o'clock meeting. I looked him up online later. I'm like, oh my God, it's that famous chef guy. He's doing great things. And here they are set up downtown. They have tons of volunteers. They're giving away food.
This is what it's about. You know, communities, as I've said before, coming together and helping each other out. Not asking money, you know, not asking a price, just helping each other out. These people have no homes. I'm glad that I have an apartment to stay in. You know, these people have no homes anymore. The only thing they have is the clothes on their back and the things that they could salvage during the flooding, right? This is what it's all about. This is the human spirit coming together after a tragedy, loss of life and such, you know. We all shed our tears, and my heart goes out to Asheville, to all those communities that, you know, are suffering. But it's good to see that all these people, you know, you guys are heroes. You guys are real heroes. You don't need to wear a cape or a bat suit or, you know, something like that to be a hero. You just need to help each other out. And that's what's missing in lots of areas in the Western civilization. You know, we're not helping each other out anymore. We're just pointing out, oh, look what he said. Oh, look what he's wearing. You know, we need to help each other out. We need to come together as a community, as a symbol of love and respect for each other, and help each other out. Doesn't matter what religion you are, you know, you are a human being. Don't let the brainwashing and the divide and conquer mindset, you know, overflow. We're all human beings, right?
This booth over here, and it's phenomenal. The support here is crazy, and people are playing music. This is day 11 after the storm. People are volunteering their efforts and playing music here to truthfully lift our spirits a little bit. These are all local artists, I'm sure, and they have a different one every single day.
Want to donate? Go to www.wck.org. We cannot take donations here. So please donate something to www.wck.org.
World Central Kitchen, we're going to link them down below. Incredible organization. Feel free to donate there too as well. There's so many helping hands out today and creative, colorful characters that we know to be in Asheville. And it's really fun to see amidst all the heartbreak as well and people who are suffering. Asheville's spirit is still pretty strong. If you are one of those people that were thinking about moving to Asheville and you want updates on timelines and restorations and areas, of course, feel free to reach out to us any of the ways down below. We are also going to link ways that you can get.
That's at livinginasheville.com. And we're not supported by this YouTube channel. This is just something that I found. And there's something else that we're also going to show. A father who had a wedding to go to. His daughter was getting married. And this was during the Hurricane Helene, right? And he needed to walk 30 or 40 miles to get to the wedding. So we're going to take a look at that. Here we have it. So here we have a father going to a wedding, treading steep hills and going over logs and whatever else. It's beautiful to see that tragedy also gives perseverance, right? You gotta go. You gotta do this. We got lives to save. We got our community to save. So we're going to take a look at this here. It's beautiful.
There is nothing like a father's love. Despite getting stuck in a storm, one traveled 27 miles, most of it by foot, to be there on his daughter's wedding day. 10 News anchor Sam Perez spoke with the man and the beautiful bride.
How far would a father's love go? For David Jones, 27 miles through a hurricane to walk his daughter down the aisle. I spent some time with him to hear about his determination to be there on her big day.
Every dad wants to walk his daughter down the aisle, so I got my chance.
David Jones hit the road Friday night, heading to his daughter Elizabeth's wedding in South Carolina.
That's usually a 2-hour drive. It didn't occur to me that there would be any trouble.
But around 2 a.m., when he got to a crumbled bridge in Unicoi County, he got stuck in Irwin.
It's incomprehensible, the destruction, this complete missing bridge and the gap and the rushing water underneath.
Jones, a marathon runner, was determined to get there, even if it meant walking the rest of the way to the church.
And I thought, it's 20 or 30 miles, I can do this. And so off I went.
He says he fell waist deep into sand. He climbed roots and trekked through mud and ran into law enforcement officers who advised him to turn around. His response?
And I said, well, you don't understand. My daughter's getting married at 11 o'clock this morning, and I'm going to be there to walk her down the aisle.
Jones says he traveled about 17 miles on foot and hitched a ride from a trooper and a passerby for the remaining 10 miles, finally arriving at the church at 7:30 a.m.
Dad was doing his dad thing and taking every measure he could to be there, but I had no idea.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good photo.
He walked me down the aisle. Yeah, it meant the world because I'm really close with my dad. We're so similar, and he's always been there for me.
Walking miles for that memory. In Johnson City, I'm Sam Perez.
And after that happy ending.
That is beautiful to see. I got to do this. I got to go to the wedding. And go through mud and, stuff like that. It's amazing. Really is amazing how powerful the human spirit is. Right? So it's beautiful to see. Even though lots of tragedy, you know, there's also that human spirit that comes together and, you know, tries to make the best out of it. So we're going to take a look at some other images of, you know, the tragedy. Here we have Nick Shirley. No idea who this guy is, but he has a YouTube channel. And he went to North Carolina, I believe. Let's see, in this video I take you inside the hurricane that has devastated America. Hurricane Lake. Whatever. Check out his channel. And we're going to take a look at this here. And also see what the FEMA response is. Because he's also going to question FEMA.
I don't even know how to describe this. How would you describe this, Dad?
Destructive. But I will tell you right now, FEMA is insolvent.
And how long have you been waiting for support from FEMA?
Well, I applied for it and they denied me, so I'm coming up here to stand on business.
We had to break the thing because, you know.
Oh my gosh.
On the week of September 27th, many states on the East Coast were hit by Hurricane Helene. And to this day, Hurricane Helene is the most deadly and most damaging hurricane since Hurricane Katrina. The total numbers of death is still unknown and is believed to be in the thousands as search and rescue is still ongoing. This hurricane has been a major disaster and a storm like never before in the United States, as this hurricane reached areas over 300 miles from the coast, and the area being affected the most is western North Carolina in the areas of Asheville. After seeing the horrific videos of entire towns and homes being wiped away from the hurricane, and with conspiracies and information spreading on the internet about FEMA and the lack of funds from the government to help these communities, I headed down to Asheville to see what was actually happening for myself. In this video, I will meet and speak with the locals who are helping to save the communities, confronting FEMA, and going inside homes and neighborhoods that were destroyed from the hurricane. We'll start this video on the streets up in the mountains and meet a local by the name of Thad who explains exactly how this all happened.
And many of the roads have been completely destroyed, just like this one and the other ones here on this road. Right now I'm up here in the mountains on a road. We're going up here to go check things out. And just to even get up here, just to even cross certain points, because of how powerful all the water and the rain, everything else that came with it. They have tons of teams here inside of these towns here in North Carolina, just so people can get up these streets and go places, because obviously things have just been completely destroyed and the roads have been wiped out. This is what many of the homes look like, and we'll eventually go inside later in this video, but first I had to meet the neighbor.
Look at the devastation. As I've said before, right, families are wiped out. You know, they have nothing anymore. I don't have the money to donate, but I do have a YouTube channel to give a perspective, you know, and try to empathize with these people, because they lost everything. Everything, all their possessions, you know. And as I've shown before, communities are helping each other out. That is so important.
Neighbor named Thad. How's it going, sir?
Good, how you doing?
Good, good.
Good.
Can you show us a little bit what's going on?
Yeah, I can show you just whatever you want.
Where are we at right now?
We call Broad River. I've been here 77 years, and it's the worst that I've actually ever seen in my life.
Have you guys ever experienced anything like this here?
No. Only thing that we experienced one time ago was there was a storm, a hurricane, not a hurricane, but a blizzard of 93. That was the worst we'd ever seen.
Mm-hmm. And your house is one of the only few here inside this little valley that's still standing.
Yeah, our house is so far up from the river.
Mm-hmm.
The river is behind us.
Did the water get up to your home?
No, the water did not get up here. I've always said if the water got here, the whole valley would be gone.
So take me through the night of the hurricane.
The night of the hurricane, I was here and I stayed, and it kept raining and raining and raining and raining, and but the thing about it, it rained for a week here before it ever got here, and the ground got so saturated and that's why. And then all of a sudden the hurricane came in.
So it was a combination of the rain that was coming through for a few weeks, and then when the hurricane came through, it sounded like the soil was already ready.
Oh, it's so saturated.
Now we're coming down here to the riverbed.
Right here's where the river. I think the river got up as far as up here. Got it all around, come around down through here, and then it brought a lot of my. That was my niece's house that you seen up the road. That's one that got destroyed.
We know, like in the news right now, they're talking about FEMA, the Fed.
There is a comment, right? The pioneer spirit. There you go. Chris Freestone, thanks for watching. You can also share, the pioneer spirit. So here you have, I'm just guessing here, probably an 80-plus-year-old, lost a lot of teeth, still alive, still kicking, and still has a pioneer spirit, So, yeah, this is a pioneer.
Federal government, anything like that. Are you guys seeing any response from them up in here, or?
I ain't seen a truck or nothing. Nothing.
For how many years do you think this town's going to be in recovery?
I think a year.
A year.
Maybe 2 years. Some of it will be about 2 years before it ever actually gets back halfway normal. I'm thinking as far as our power out here, our power will be probably take, I'd say, 3 to 4 weeks, because they got to rebuild the power lines and everything.
How are you still functioning inside your house right now? You got no water, you got no energy. How are you living?
Just like an old country boy. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Just like an old country boy. Yeah, exactly. You're probably old enough to remember, the times when it was horse and carriage.
Lord's going to take care of me. It was an old song, and I've been trying to get out there and think. I can't sing it. It says, keep me safe till the storm passes by. That's been my motto. Keep me safe till this storm gets out of here.
Right now we're walking over to Thad's family member's house, his niece. Her house got completely wiped away.
This is my niece coming here.
How you doing?
You and me nice. You hear what I say. And if it means anything to you, you'll remember.
Okay.
My daddy built that house in the 60s. Board by board, nail by nail. He laid to Mama's dreams. Mama's dreams and Daddy's hard works down the river. The only piece of paper we found was from his obituary 7 years ago. To the day my daddy died 7 years ago.
Today?
To the day, September 27th, it took the house.
Kept his obituary, though.
We found it laying there, not a piece of mud on it.
God does work some miracles. And now we're going to go down.
You see, I love America. I really do. I used to live there. And, but it's an evangelical state. God this, God that, God. No, you're just lucky to survive. It's basically the chance of fate. If you go to the right corner, you may have this. If you go to the left corner, you may have that. A chance of fate. And it's not your time yet. Not your time. So, yeah. You're lucky to be there, even though you lost your house, even though generations, we've lived there in that house, swept away, just swept away. So we're going to take a look at the inside of the house.
Into the house. This is the lady we just talked to. This is her house right here. Has been completely wiped away. You can see this is where the master bedroom was. I don't even know how to describe this. How would you describe this, Dad?
Destruction.
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 Absolute destruction here. How does somebody come back from this, especially if they are on Social Security? They probably don't have millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. How does somebody bounce back from this?
Very hard. Very hard. I say very hard. It's not one of these things that you're going to pop back next week.
This is all mud right here, the floor. So is this your first time seeing this too?
Inside. First time I've been inside, I just didn't know what, just didn't want to go in. She had it so clean and so beautiful all the time, stuff like this. And the stuff, the stuff. And look in there, that was the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
Unless you're here, you can't realize what it's actually like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people thinking, well, it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. Look at it and see what you find. I see why she come down the road now and said, not screaming, but she was crying so bad, and she said, everything is completely gone.
The water inside this house got all the way up to my hip right about here. The landscaping also is gone. I'm sure this used to be grass, right?
It was grass. This right through here was grass. She had all this mowed real pretty.
The reason this hurricane is so significant is because it hit areas that have never been hit before. For instance, up in the mountains in a town called Chimney Rock, it was completely wiped away from the hurricane. And because these homes were never hit with a hurricane or with floods before, because this is not a flood area, none of these homes were paying for flood insurance. So therefore, when the flood came through and wiped away all their home, their insurance companies are not going to be covering any of the losses on these homes because they weren't paying for flood insurance. They may have been paying for homeowner insurance. However, they were not paying for flood insurance, which is the reason why they lost their home due to the floods. The big
that is so, you're not insured for flooding, so we're not going to pay anything. Nope. Here you have a check for $750, and, maybe you can cash it in, and so why do you pay taxes? There was a comment that I already showed. Chris, remind me again why we pay taxes. Well, it's supposed to be for disaster relief or, make new roads or, stuff like that. It's supposed to be used for infrastructure, right? But no. We have a central power, Washington, in America's case. In the Netherlands, it's The Hague, right? A central power that decides for so many people. So many people. We've also had water damage over here in the province of Limburg. And, insurance companies are very, very hard to talk to. And they don't want to insure. They don't want to give out the money. They want to cash in so they can drive around in their big cars and stuff like that. But nope, we're not going to spend money because your car is whatever damaged, And if it is damaged, you need to give proof and this and that. It's a very complex thing. But it's not supposed to be complex. You pay taxes, so the taxes come back to you whenever it's needed. Right? That is what taxes are for. Infrastructure. Right? These central powers, they abuse it. They abuse their power. Right? Now, we're not going to go into politics, but this is just to give you perspective here, So, WTF is with insurance. Fuck them if they don't pay anyway. Yeah, exactly. In my opinion, when you are insured, you're also insured for this and that, and So, but no. We only have land insurance, right? We don't have water insurance, so we're not going to pay that. These people have nothing anymore. You know, nothing. It's all been washed away. So we're going to take a look at the response of FEMA and other emergency agencies.
Controversy with this hurricane is the support from FEMA and the federal government, especially after Alejandro Mayorkas, the Homeland Security Secretary, came out and said that FEMA does not have any more funds to help the victims, as they have allocated a lot of the funds to support illegal immigrants as they have came into the country this past year. And a lot of people are upset because the government has recently sent over $200 billion to other countries like Ukraine, Israel, and Lebanon.
We give $20 billion a year to FEMA. And unfortunately, they have drained everything dry with all the illegal aliens coming in. We spent $200 billion in Ukraine.
And as the people were suffering and needing more support from FEMA, Kamala Harris posted on her X account saying they have allocated over $100 million to support people in Lebanon. So I wanted to go speak with FEMA to see what they were doing, but before I went to speak with FEMA, I wanted to go speak with some of the local organizers who have started their own organizations to help the people in the community and see what they are doing, as they are receiving very little support, as it seems, from the federal government at this time.
Here is one of the spots where they have set up a place for people to come do donations. The Harley Davidson. You got hundreds and thousands of supplies here for anybody coming in. All you need to do is drive up and you can get whatever you need. We're going to talk to one of the guys right here. How's it going, sir? What are you guys doing to make sure everybody gets what they need here inside the community of Asheville?
So we have a complete coalition of civilian and retired military individuals here that are working totally off donations. This is tax-free to the American public, right? We're not operating on any tax dollar. We saw a problem. We have a bunch of individuals who are motivated, who have very distinct backgrounds. You know, for me, I was 26 years retired Air Force Special Operations. My job is to control the aircraft here. My job is to get these guys loaded and get them out to the people who need them across the valley over there who are knocked out. The rest of the guys.
Now, I don't know you, but special operations, you know, tactical military units and stuff, you know, you've been there. You've been to Afghanistan and Iraq and other countries, I suppose. You know, but it's good that you're helping out your fellow citizen instead of waging wars in foreign countries, right?
Guys here are facilitating going out and opening up roads, going out and taking down dams, going out and checking on people, doing recon. We've got this whole area taken care of.
Are you guys seeing anything on the federal level for help supplies with people here?
Who?
Are you guys seeing anything on a federal level?
Who?
What? Yeah, so they're not seeing anything.
There's my answer. Who? The answer is no, we have not seen them. Individuals who have gone out and gone to certain areas have been turned away by FEMA. They have been actively, I guess, hindered by FEMA. So our role here is to keep the federal government out of this area completely. We are sustaining lives. Our job is to keep the living alive at this point.
Yeah, I don't want to make this video a political video of Trump or Kamala, but so many people are upset because they're seeing over the past few years millions of dollars, billions of dollars go over places in time of emergency. Apparently FEMA doesn't have anything.
On FEMA. You probably have not heard this statement before, but I will tell you right now, FEMA is insolvent. They are incapable of funding anything bigger than a pool party. Right now, we're not receiving the help that we need from the federal government. That's fine because we're doing it with the help of the people here. We're doing it with the help of all of us volunteers. This is tax-free to the American public. Those people need help and we're giving them help. That's it.
Now it was time to see what was actually happening with FEMA in Western North Carolina.
FEMA, so far, what has been said is they're giving $750 to some people, but then I've also heard rumors of people not being able to get supplies because FEMA is blocking the aid. There's a lot of conspiracy and a lot of rumors going on, and we're gonna go talk to people right now and see what is going on with FEMA.
I waited 4 hours yesterday in line, didn't get it through. My wife was on the call center, the hotline number. That was a dead end, so here I am again after work trying to get in through. Really? Trying to get help.
On the internet they're saying that FEMA's blocking aid or they're not giving.
Right, that's what I've heard too. My wife said it was a dead end for her on the call line, that they said that we didn't apply. So I had a tree fall through my house and was out of work for a week. Food went bad. I don't know how we don't apply, but that's what I'm here trying to figure out.
And what are you hoping to receive from FEMA?
Just to figure out what's going on, maybe help with my house. Hopefully, we'll see what happens.
So far.
I think you have more luck with the volunteers, right? Who give out their time and their effort and their blood and their sweat to help others. The FEMA is a government agency that just registrates, and you have to give your name, your address, and then they can locate you. And don't trust these government facilities, right? They're giving out money to illegal immigrants, people who are not legally in the country. They're helping those people out, providing them hotels and other facilities where they can stay in, tax-free and rent-free and whatever else. There's so much going on. But let's just focus on this here, right? FEMA is supposed to be there in disaster relief, right? So I like this guy confronting FEMA. We're going to see that in a few minutes.
Well, we've heard they're giving some people $750.
I've heard that. I don't know about that or not, but it seems like small potatoes in the scheme of things. But I heard that the administration is ready to give Lebanon $151 million. So
how does that make you feel? Kamala Harris put out a tweet.
Oh, I'm going to vote against that administration for sure. That's crazy.
Do you think a lot of people that may have been voting for Kamala Harris, I don't want to make this video political, but it is a topic that is
What did he say? 150 million or 151? I don't know. Let's take a listen.
Oh, I'm going to vote.
No, we got to go back some more.
They're saying that FEMA's blocking aid or they're not giving.
Right, that's what I've heard too. My wife said it was a dead end for her on the call line, that they said that we didn't apply. So I had a tree fall through my house and was out of work for a week. Food went bad. I don't know how we don't apply, but that's what I'm here trying to figure out.
And what are you hoping to receive from FEMA?
Just to figure out what's going on, maybe help with my house. Hopefully, we'll see what happens.
So far, what we've heard, they're giving some people $750.
I've heard that. I don't know about that or not, but it seems like small potatoes in the scheme of things. But I heard that the administration is ready to give Lebanon $151 million.
151 million. Right? 151 million. Put that in perspective. Right? Put it in perspective. So you pay taxes for FEMA and other institutions that are supposed to be there for relief of some kind, right? And they have the money for people coming in illegally, but they don't have the money for the people living there. Now, why would you pay taxes to that? The system in America is broken. Now, Donald Trump will not fix that. If you really want to change the U.S., which used to be the brightest star within the world, right? A republic, if you can preserve it that way, what Benjamin Franklin once said, no hierarchy of power and this and that. But it's not a republic anymore. There's a certain point in time. You also see that in movies, right? Star Wars, the prequels, Anakin Skywalker, he's the chosen one. He's the chosen one. Well, the chosen one goes to the dark side. Right? So, with all the weight on those shoulders, people choose the wrong path, right?
So how does that make you feel? Kamala Harris put out a tweet.
Oh, I'm going to vote against that administration for sure. It's crazy.
Do you think a lot
We got a Donald Trump voter here.
of people that may have been voting for Kamala Harris, I don't want to make this video political, but it is a topic that is very
I'm sure
important
they
right
see
now.
her true colors. I'm sure. I hope they see her true colors. She don't care. She try to get a few votes maybe, and that's it.
How does it make you feel knowing, like you said about the Lebanon, Kamala Harris recently announcing they're going to give like $151 million to Lebanon, and then Ukraine, they've obviously gave billions, Israel they give billions.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel when America strikes in disaster, you guys come here to get need, your wife gets put on the back line?
Pisses me off bad. Yeah, and I'll vote accordingly.
Would you say that
You are a taxpayer, you know, and it pisses me off too, you know, because you're reliant on these institutions and you pay for it, and you know they don't do anything. Now, according to this woman here, she's happy because Biden came there for a photo op and Kamala Harris and such. So she's okay with it, right?
people here are losing faith in the federal government, or do you think it's just been a lot of misconceptions online?
I think that it's an awful lot of misconceptions online. I haven't lost my faith in the government. There's a lot of things that the government does that I don't like, but this is one of the things I do like.
Mm-hmm.
The Biden administration, all of them, they were here. Biden was here. The governor was here. They've all come.
Yeah, but Trump was also there, right?
And checked on us and asked us exactly what we need, and they have given it to us in a very, very short period of time.
So do you feel happy with the response from Biden and Harris?
Gosh, yes, I do. I feel very, very strong about what they have done. I am so relieved and so happy that, and he didn't want to come in here and just cause.
Was your house washed away? You know, that is a question I'd ask at her, right? Because if your house is still there, you don't have running water or electricity, you still have a house, right? You still have a house. So you'd be like, oh, thank you, Lord, thank you. You know, evangelical state, and yeah, praise God and such, you know. The Lord works in mysterious ways. But is your house washed away?
Chaos. He flew over the area, and so did Kamala Harris.
Okay.
But I am extremely pleased that they have given us everything that we need and beyond. They've guessed our needs before we have.
And how long have you been waiting for support from FEMA?
Well, I applied for it and they denied me, so I'm coming up here to stand on business and see why they denied me and try to see if I can get some help.
And why did they deny you?
I don't know. Why do they deny anybody, you know? You might.
Exactly. You are paying taxes, right? You're giving money to an institution called FEMA, who's supposed to be there for, you know, emergencies such as landslides and floodings, and you know, and so you're paying for it, yet you don't get relief from it, right?
Might not have the right question, answering the right questions. You know, it should be trick questions on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so what are they asking you in order to get the support from FEMA?
I don't know. They had asked me something like, I guess whenever you was the trees falling down in front of your home and all of that stuff, and they tell you answer yes, to be honest, because I didn't have no trees, but I was trapped in my whole entire community 3 ways. I stayed out in Swannanoa. It was a whole catastrophe out there. I was in the critical area, you know. So.
And so because you didn't have a tree fall through your house, FEMA denied you?
Yeah, I feel like that, yeah. We all should get help over here because we lost food. I still ain't got water. I got lights, hallelujah, but we ain't got no water. I'm using damn bottled waters to wash my ass, you know what I'm saying? That ain't cool, you know. I feel like, you know, like we should get some more help. Then when they give you them vouchers, that's to go all the way to Greenville, Tennessee, Georgia. Like, who got a car to go that far out? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Then
hundreds of miles away.
why? I know our state had a little hit, tragedy, whatever. But damn, you would think they'd open up some hotels around here in the city to serve some of these families who don't have nowhere to go. But it's not FEMA's fault. That's our city's fault.
I'm just trying to like get to the truth of like the misconceptions that are on the internet and talk to some
We're here
people.
to help. We have brought out so many employees from all over the country, including Puerto Rico. So every day we have more help coming in so that we can do more and more registrations so these survivors can get the help that they need.
What kind of information are you getting from?
What did I say? They want to have your address, and you need registration. And once they find you out, you know, you pay taxes, so you know they find out how much money you have, and then they make the decision: are we going to give them a check or aren't we? You know, $750 for something that you invested your whole life in, right? And as you've heard, it's not me saying it, not me saying that FEMA is not cooperating, right? It's these volunteers on the ground.
From the DHS is like, what do they want you guys doing for the people? Just registering them, or what are in the?
Yeah, registering.
And what's the registration like process like? What kind of questions are the people getting asked?
Just, you know, social security, address.
One lady got denied. She said she came back today. So like as far as like the home coverage of the homes.
Oh yeah, if they get denied, it just means that FEMA needs more information. So if somebody has insurance, we don't duplicate the.
Oh, you need more information. Yeah. What about the money? Huh? Maybe you need some more money. Yeah. Free some assets in Russia and get money from oligarchs in Russia. Huh? Something like that. You know, if you look at the financial situation worldwide, we are in a depression. It's a very big depression / recession. Right? Hard to get jobs because everything's automated now. You know, robots are working instead of the humans. And it's getting harder to find a job. You know, they want to implement smart cities over here in the Netherlands, and automated buses and stuff like that. And that is pretty handy, but on the other side, you have people without work, right? No more bus chauffeurs or, you know, stuff like that.
Coverage. So if they're denied by insurance or anything that their insurance covers, we try to help.
It was interesting to talk to some of the people at the FEMA booth, as some were very happy with the government's response while others were very angry. Now, the questions that need answering are from higher up government officials, and the people at the FEMA booth, I will say, were working extremely hard to help the people in North Carolina. I wanted to go check out more homes to show you guys just how destructive this hurricane was and how long this will potentially take people to get back to normality inside North Carolina.
We had to break the thing because, you know,
oh my gosh,
everything's just, it's really gross in here, and like you might want to be conscientious about what you're breathing. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty real. We've done a lot of demudding in here. Wherever you can see bare floor is from a lot of effort to dig out mud, but I mean, you don't have to go far to see that we got tired of demudding pretty quickly. And
the water, when it comes through, like the power is just insane because like that couch got all the way moved up to the window. You know what I mean?
Almost pushed out.
The water level literally got up to about 6 feet. That's how tall I am. And right here, the water's all the way up here. And if you come through here, this is a bedroom. It looks like a piece of a playground, a huge.
6 feet is almost 2 meters.
Huge 4x4 went right on through the house. Here's the mattress, the bathroom. Just to show you how much dirt is in here. And this is the floor after the flood has gone through. If you stick your finger through, it's about an inch thick of mud inside of this home.
This hurricane is going to be affecting lives for many years to come. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it insightful. If you did enjoy, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And
So I just gave you a boost there, Nick Shirley. We showed your video of total destruction, but we also showed a community coming together, and helping each other out. That is what's needed. Don't be reliant on government, because government is not going to help you. They only help themselves, right? So I'm proud of this pioneer over here, and it's amazing to see that you're still there. Yeah. So we have other footage of Swannanoa, which is in a nearby area. There, we'll see the total destruction, and people like to see that, right? Destruction. So we're going to take a look at this here.
You're taking a look at new video from overnight of some of that destruction. Images like those out of Asheville. Truly upsetting to so many of us who've made a lot of memories up there.
Yeah, hearts across the Carolinas and the country aching this morning for those impacted by Helene. We are joined now by the Today Show's Craig Melvin, who is live in Swannanoa this morning. Normally less than 15 minutes from Asheville. Craig, you're from the Carolinas. I'm sure it's hard to see the destruction left behind from Helene.
Oh, Sarah Ben, it's heartbreaking. Good morning to you. The damage and destruction really is as far as the eye can see. I'm standing in what was a neighborhood just a few days ago, and I mean, you see, this Jeep Cherokee that was tossed like a toy truck inside this house. There's a water line inside the house that's taller than me. I'm about 6'1". And again, this is just a snapshot of what we have seen over the last 2 days all over western North Carolina. The stories, as you know, have been well documented over the last 48 hours. The death toll well documented at this point. What we're finding out now, though, is we've got entire communities, some of these remote areas, that have been entirely cut off. The operation that you just mentioned, airdrop there are a number of operations like that are being conducted to lower food and supplies into some of these areas where roads have been washed away. So we're just starting to be able to get our heads around, I think, probably just the scope of the devastation. As you know, President Biden is going to be above this area today. He's flying over the area, not going to be on the ground. The White House saying they do not want to detract from the relief efforts on the ground here. But the aid is starting to come in. National Guard troops are here. FEMA's here. It's just a matter now of rescue and recovery in a number of instances.
Craig, I know you spent the day yesterday with a search and recovery team. I think the folks watching this at home want to know, is small, even minimal progress being made? Are some of those supplies actually getting to the people that need them the most at this point?
Yes, Ben. The short answer is yes. It's slow going, though. It's slow going because you still have so many roads that are impassable. Power outages are still widespread. We're actually staying in Spartanburg, but we're coming to you this morning from Asheville. We've been going back and forth because of the hotel situation, the power situation. I went to college at Wofford. It's about 80 miles from here. So this is deeply personal for you and for me as well. I mean, this is. Sorry. Grew up coming to Asheville on vacation. It's going to take a long time for Asheville and places like this to come back. That being said,
you are lying, sir, because we have Chris Freestone saying the death toll is not well documented yet, and I can imagine that. This is probably going to take half a year, to recover all the bodies and such, So, yeah. They're lying again. But we have RHTV Live. bringing you guys the truth. We need to show compassion, and we need to see it for ourselves. And we just saw it, that positive video with that beautiful lady, people helping each other out. That's what's needed. Communities coming together to overcome the worst, right? And mark my words, in the political sphere, the U.S. is shifting, and if Trump becomes president, who knows, maybe there will be a JFK moment. So the press is just lying to you, right? They're lying. They're covering their ass, But I was just showing this to see the devastation, These people have nothing anymore. So please donate. Give, winter coats and sheets and stuff like that, because it's going to get cold over there, It's going to get cold. So, yeah, I'm willing to stand up against the lying media and say, you guys are lying. You guys are lying, right? Our hearts go out to all these people that have lost so much. So much. So there's a lot to see about Helene and the other one, Milton, who was ravaged through Florida. We're going to take a look at some images there. Ravaged through Florida. And let's hope to avoid the news, because, it's fake news, basically. Taking our helicopter into North Carolina's disaster. This guy has a helicopter, he's also giving out stuff. So, let's see what we got here. That's CBS News now. We want a live video, even though it's been a couple of days ago. What's this? 10 hours of live video. Hurricane Milton live stream in Florida. Massive storm surge expected.
There we go. There it is. Yeah, it's live. Where it is.
So I guess they're just driving around in Florida.
Okay, cool. Okay, there we go. All right, I just gotta find a way to do it. To change the.
People want to see destruction, right?
That's why it's not showing up. Switch cam.
So I'm not going to show the whole 10 hours. Just the wind gushes and such.
Look at this roof right here.
Just driving around during a hurricane with a lot of tornadoes.
Another piece of metal right there.
You had like 10 tornado warnings, so
all these buildings.
Basically a death wish on every corner.
Some metal buildings, roofs are getting just torn to shreds. Tree wants to break. Alright, let's come back here in a second. Did you turn off your GPS? Sorry. It's all right. Thank you. So we're going to go back into 41.
Whoa. Is that where it is, or is it over here?
That's a power line.
Both.
It's what, 10 seconds on it? Alright, get me there.
No, this is pretty boring. Right? So, let's look forward to that. There we go.
Can't park there! What's up?
What up, buddy?
What's up, guys?
What are you doing?
We just trying to get a vertical. We got sensors on the drone. We just sent it up.
How'd that work?
Pretty good. Decent, actually.
You got it
Better
back.
than we thought.
Yeah, you got it back.
Y'all been around here yet? Some crazy flow that way, but it's gonna get about 3 to 4 feet really fast.
Oh yeah.
If you pull into that, incredible shots coming in that. And
Yeah.
It's only about a foot deep there.
Yeah, we're about to pull around and go shoot some of that.
Is it worse south of here?
What's that?
Is it worse south of here? Is there the surge?
Yeah, kinda. It's kind of moving up as you head at one shore. I'm telling you, it should come in on the backside. It should just pile in.
Yeah. Well, the coastline is shaped southwest and northeast here.
Yeah, so when you get that
So on the
backside, it
backside
pumps.
is northerly, so that would be offshore.
Look at all the death and destruction. Well, not death, but destruction.
Damn, let's try and get to Thomas.
No, this is Nicholas.
Nicholas, oh, that's it? Okay.
Have mass piles of debris outside of the
So this
houses.
is an interesting channel to follow, right? We're just skipping through.
Impacting those homes that already had to demolish after Hurricane Helene, and now they're being impacted once again. So yeah, this is a bad situation, but it could have been worse. That's the reality.
WX chasing. Yeah, interesting channel to watch. So, let's see what comments we got here. They're still looking for missing people years ago from Hurricane New Orleans. Yeah, exactly. You know. So, trust your neighbor, right? Know your neighbor. Go out and talk to these people and such. I gotta do it myself too, you know. But yeah, who's gonna break the ice? But yeah, you know, we get along. We get along. So yeah, trust your neighbor, right? So I think we've shown enough destruction for now. But we've also shown the good side of humans, right? We saw that father going to his daughter's wedding and, you know, risking his own life to do so. So there's good things and bad things. There's also a family of 11 dead, and we're also going to show that if we can find the video. Wait, just 1 second. And here we have it. So we got to shift to another screen. And here we go. 11 family members have died from, we're going to show this here.
More than 100 people continue to mourn their loved ones killed by Helene in North Carolina.
And tonight, Eyewitness News is learning about one family in Buncombe County. They lost 11 people to the storm. Diane Wilson is in Fairview. This is southeast of Asheville, learning more about the family and their tragedy. Diane.
It's unrecognizable now, but this is where I was born and raised.
This is what's left of Craigtown. Now Jesse Craig is trying to pick up the pieces, grappling with the incredible loss of losing 11 of his family members.
My mother and father, my aunt and uncle, my great aunt and uncle, lost cousins, second cousins, things like that. But 11 people overall from this mudslide.
Massive mudslides. You can see the path of destruction. Several homes just gone.
There was one up here, a brick house, and then my parents' house, a building. There were buildings through here.
All of these homes, his family's proud history, now piles of rubble. As Jesse walked Eyewitness News around his family land, he shared how his grandfather bought this land more than 80 years ago.
The locals call it Craigtown because I'm a Craig, and a lot of my family still live over there. My dad was born and raised there. You know, my whole family's been in this tight-knit community.
The family built 8 decades of memories, but never could imagine suffering a loss like this. Included in the 11 family members of firefighter Tony Garrison, who died while saving a family member from this home. Look at this red truck. One of Jesse's family survived the onslaught inside of it when the mudslides came, carrying his truck to here. Then he had to break the back window to escape.
We'll never make sense of it. You know, it's our community and our town. I don't know that it'll ever be the same.
Since Helene, Jesse and his wife surrounded by family, friends, and the entire Fairview community, along with total strangers, helping Craigtown, an online fundraiser raising more than $50,000 to help pay for the 11 funerals.
$50,000. Now, how much money went to Ukraine? Let's see. I believe it was in the comments somewhere. We got to scroll back. But truckloads of money, put it that way, goes to Ukraine. And just, even though this is a lot of money, right? $54,000, 333. So this is quite the money, but still not enough to support this family. We've lost 11 family members. Now, I don't know these people, but I do have empathy for them, Put their situation in your shoes. You lost your brother, your mother, your father, other family members, right? It's a tragedy for this family. Tragedy. And it's a tragedy that the American taxpayer pays so much, yet gets so little. People need to donate, really? Really? If I had the money, I'd donate, but I'm not rich, nor is anyone else. They keep us poor. You see, and this is a lot of money for the people who can miss it, but the government spends a lot more. Yep. So 11 family members have died. Tragic, very, very tragic. But as we've said before, the community is coming together to help. That is beautiful to see. Even though there's tragedy, there's also a beautiful side, such as a father, climbing through mud and, just to go to a wedding. Such as a man rescuing a woman stuck in a house that's being swept away. That is the human spirit I like to see. Not ask money, I saved your life, now give me money. No. The life you save is worth more than the money you get, right? You help someone, and once you do, you find yourself in need, and someone else helps you. Right? This is how karma works. This is supposed to be the way how society works. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. I have a specialty in this, you have a specialty in that. There's no money involved, right? Just help each other out. Life is hard as it is, and we all walk up the path of life. We all deal with loss. We all see the beautiful things in life too, right? It's good to help others when they are in need. It fulfills you. You don't get the gratitude like right now, but later in life, you will find gratitude. What is your life worth? There's also a factory that's been washed away where I believe it was a plastic factory. Factory in North Carolina. Their employee, Irwin, plastic manufacturer, lied after river flooding deaths. So here we have a factory, a plastic factory, right? They make plastics and such. And they also had the flooding coming their way. And some people have survived, but others stayed in the factory, right? They weren't allowed to leave. So I'm going to take a...
People died following the catastrophic flood. The plastic manufacturing plant is in Irwin. The company president put out a statement Monday, but employees tell 10 News reporter Libby Cunningham the company's version of what happened is not accurate. Libby?
Robin, we're as close to impact plastics as we can get. It is right near where the interstate buckled in Irwin. Former employee Robert Jarvis says a statement Impact Plastics put out about when workers were told to leave the building isn't true.
The statement's a lie. They told us we had to stay there until they talked to the owner.
The videos Robert Jarvis shows me from his cell phone that he took at work are shocking. He says he was at work last Friday morning and then the power went out. That's when he first realized something was going wrong. He asked someone if he and his coworkers could leave their job at Impact Plastics, but he says he was told they had to call the business owner first. At that point, it was too late. Robert says one image of that morning stands out in his mind.
I see Rosa. I see her smiling. I see her smiling at me because she smiled at me right before it all happened.
Have you been able to sleep? Have you been able to eat?
No, I haven't. It's been hard.
Robert says the general manager of a neighboring business and one of that man's employees got him safely out of the floodwaters. And he says he has one question for his former employer.
Why would you make us stay there? Why would you keep us there when you knew it was going to be bad? If you were monitoring it, why were we still there then?
Now, Impact Plastics didn't directly respond to a request for an on-camera interview with me. Instead, a spokesman says the company is investigating what happened and it will cooperate with the TBI investigation. Robert says he is eternally grateful for Ron and Eric, the two men who he says saved his life. Back to you.
All right.
So there we have a plastics factory, right? Covering up what really happened. No, we need to come together as a community, right? We're helping each other out right now, you know, even though these people are Hispanic or whatever, you know, these are human beings who've lived their lives. And this dude over here is traumatized for life. He just saw a colleague being swept away. Any psychological help for him? You know, we're talking about human lives. And I don't care whether it's in America or somewhere else, you know. We also covered the earthquake in Turkey. Yeah, there was a very big earthquake there a couple of years ago. When we covered that, it was beautiful to see that in such a tragedy, all these countries come together. Lebanon, Syria, they were struck by the earthquake, and they came together and actually cooperated with each other. You know, instead of fighting each other. That is what's needed. More love in these dark days. We need peace, you know. I don't care whether you're from Ukraine or Russia or any other part of the world. You are a human being. All right? There is no God. There's only you and the people surrounding you in the moment of time, right? So, yeah. This guy is very, very lucky, you know? So, I don't know where this plastics factory is actually located.
I see her smiling at me because she smiled at me right before it all happened.
She was smiling right before it all happened. Right? She had no clue. Right? No clue. So, we remember these lives, you know, as tragic as it is. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. And it really chokes me up to see all this, you know. You wouldn't want this for the worst of your enemies, right? So, yeah. Beautiful things and also tragic things. That such is life, you know. And we all walk the path of life. So, let's see if we can find a song to close off with. There's so much, man. There's so much. But still, you need to just think, just empathize with these people, right? They have nothing anymore, nothing. So, we're looking for a nice song to close off with, right? And just filling time, I guess. So, as I've said before, we need to come together as a community, right? Come together as a community. That's what needs to be done. And if people don't do that, then it's going to be hard times, very, very hard times. We need to help each other out, enlighten each other, and be there for each other, right? That's what needs to be done. Love each other, respect each other, and be there for each other. So we found a nice song to close off with, and in love and peace, and death and taxes, right? So we're going to close off with this song here. Sarah Morgan, I gave her a private message asking for permission. She didn't say anything back, so I just played it and gave her the link. And I hope she was watching. And we're going to close off with this here.
You're in luck, sir. Well, they turn our dollars into francs, put them all in foreign banks, buy a couple dozen tanks, then they stick us with the bill. They say they're out of cash, so they subsidize and dash as we carry the world up the hill. Yeah, 'cause the more I make, the more they take, the more they take. The less I have, the less I have, the more I need, the more I need, the more I work, more I work, more I make, more I make, more they take until they've got it all. We'll just skip the solo. I'm sick and tired of this USD. I use it and they charge me, while everyone but us has it in reserves for free. I'm gonna buy a little boat, pay one less county fee, set sail for international waters where they can't audit me. Yeah, 'cause the more I make, the more they take, more they take. The less I have, the less I have, the more I need, the more I need, the more I work, more I work, more I make, more I make, more they take until they've got it all. Taxes. You're in luck.
You're in luck, sir. Yep, you are in luck. You've watched RHTV Live, where the main focus was North Carolina, Asheville, and the tragic situations surrounding the whole flooding and stuff like that. So our heart goes out to these people, even though we don't know them. Our heart goes out to them, right? The pioneers. Yeah. That's what we need more of, pioneers. So let's hope for a better future and hope for a world full of peace, right? That is what we need, peace. So freedom, peace, and all the wars now. Freedom, peace, and all the wars now. We'll see each other next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.